of Sultans of Bengal. Today, we are going to talk about two little-known Sultans of Bengal and their coins. A bit lagging though. Yeah. Okay. So the two coins, the two sultans that we are going to discuss today are coins of Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah and coins of Nasir al-Din Muhammad Shah. One thing that I should clear first, that is numismatists of Sultanate of Bengal, they know much about Nasir al-Din Mahmud, and there are three Mahmud though. One is from Delhi Sultanate. He is actually he ruled from Delhi to Bengal, and there is another Nasir al-Din Mahmud who is known as Bughra Shah, and there is another Mahmud who is known as he's a successor of Ilyas Shahi dynasty. And actually, we are not going to talk about coins of any Nasir al-Din Mahmud. Instead, it is going to be Nasir al-Din Muhammad, and he is not recorded earlier in textbooks. Some important notes. Unfortunately, we don't have any dates over the coins on these coins that we are going to discuss today. So based on hoard data and characteristics of the coin, we placed these coins after Ala al-Din Firuz Shah, who reigned in 817 Hijri, and before Jalal al-Din Muhammad Shah, whose reign started in 818. So we anticipate that these coins should be placed between 815 to 818, more probably in the year 817. So the first coin is the coin of Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah. And this is the unique one. This coin is unique, coin of Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah. This coin was first noticed in 2015, and immediately the coin hit World of Coins, the forum, and the forum members discussed on this coin immediately, and forum members read the Laqab, that is the first name of the Sultan, as Shiraz al-Din, and because of the fact that the ism, that means the last name, some letters of this ism was not clearly read on that time, on those immediately. So ism was not read immediately. So the title of the thread was Unknown Bengal Sultan, Shiraz al-Din, and blank. Later on, we studied further, and actually we confirmed that it is Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah. So who is Shiraz al-Din Sikandar? Firstly, we don't know much about this particular ruler or usurper, but in the history, in some texts of history, we find one name, Shiraz al-Din, who was Jaz or Qazi of Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah, who reigned during 792 to 813 Hijri. And the obverse and reverse legend is here. Let us see the obverse first. The obverse reads, Al-Musta'in Billah Al-Musta'an, Shiraz al-Dunya wal-Din Abul Muzaffar Sikandar Shah al-Sultan. And the reverse reads, Al-Mustasim Billah Nasir Amir al-Mu'minin Khallada Mulkahu. An interesting thing to note here, if we consider the very first part of the obverse legend, Al-Musta'in Billah. And if we take the very first phrase of the reverse legend, Al-Musta'asim Billah, then if we consider them as name, then we have to say that these two names are of two different caliphs of two different times. So who are they, and why did that happen? Two different names of two different caliphs on the same coin, on the obverse and reverse. How plausible is that? Actually, thinking on that, concluding on this, we had to depend on some conjecture. Let us try to know something about the name on the reverse, Al-Musta'asim Billah. He was the last Abbasid Caliph of Baghdad. And we have to note the reign. His reign was ended in 656 Hijri. And last citation that we find on the coins of Bengal Sultanate of this caliph is in the year 725 Hijri. So it is approximately 70 years later than the last date of Musta'asim Billah. So this is a bit interesting though, but yes, this we find from the records of coins of Bengal Sultanate that there was some practice of using the names of the last caliph of Baghdad, even after 70 years, we find on the coins of Bengal Sultanate. But then we can think that, okay, so 727 Hijri is the year of last record that we find of using this name on coins of Bengal Sultanate. So we can think about these coins, as we don't have any date on this coin, 727 or approximately near to 727 at the latest possible date. But we had to reject that possibility because during this period, there was a governor period. During this period, the style of coins and this particular coins style does not in line, and they don't match. So we had to study further to find more possibilities. We are going to talk about them later on. Let us see what we see on the obverse. On the obverse, we already mentioned that it is the legend, and the name we find here is Al-Musta'in Billah. So if we consider that as a name, Al-Musta'in Billah, let us see about him. He was the Caliph of Cairo, and his reign was during 808 Hijri to 816 Hijri. And in Bengal, there was a Sultan Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah, and his reign was 792 to 813 Hijri. So this belongs to this reign. So, and also from historical texts, we find that there was diplomatic relationship between Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah with Al-Musta'in Billah of Cairo. Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah sent gifts to Musta'in Billah, though that reached after the death of Azam Shah. Even we find that, yes, there was some kind of relationship. Okay, so we have to note these scattered data to find some clue to know who is Shiraz al-Din. We already said that Shiraz al-Din was a name in the court of Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah. He was a powerful judge. So one clue that we have already. And we find that based on, we studied the feature and the style of calligraphy and the style of this coin. We find that Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah and his son, Hamza Shah, issued coins from Muazzamabad Mint, and those coins are very similar to the coins of Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah in style and in calligraphy. we have to know further, we have to know more about the political situation of that time to understand why this coin might have been minted. Yeah. So we found that Ghiyath al-Din, after death of Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah, his son Hamza Shah had a very short reign of 813 to 815. And after that, Shihab al-Din Bayezid, he was a slave of Hamza Shah. He captured the Sultanate. And after his death, his son Ala al-Din Firuz Shah, he had a very short reign of a few months in the year 817 Hijri. So it is possible that as Hamza Shah did not have any successor, and Hamza Shah was killed by Shihab al-Din Bayezid Shah as per the record of history, as per the historical record. And Shiraz al-Din was a judge in the court of Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah. So it is possible that Shiraz al-Din and other officials may not have accepted Shihab al-Din Bayezid or his son Ala al-Din Firuz as Sultan of Bengal, and it is possible that they revolted and they issued coins in their name. And probably this is an example of those coins issued by Shiraz al-Din. And also from other sources, we find that 817 was a period of political crisis in Bengal. So we can place this coin in the year 817, or if we want to find a range, then that could be between 815 to 817. So a bit more about the legend on the obverse. If we read a bit more, then we see Al-Musta'in Billah Al-Musta'an. This kind of legend has been found on 3 coins of Bengal Sultanate. One is from Qutb al-Din Azam Shah, another Azam Shah. This is not exactly the previous one. Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah and Qutb al-Din Azam Shah is not same. And another is this one, Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah. And the third one is from Ghiyath al-Din Nusrat Shah. And on the coin of Ghiyath al-Din Nusrat Shah, there has been date 837 Hijri. But the type style does not match with the 2 coins. That means the coins of Qutb al-Din Azam Shah and the coin of Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah. Instead, we see the close observation will confirm that the coins of Qutb al-Din Azam Shah and Shiraz al-Din and the coins of Qutb al-Din Azam Shah and Shiraz al-Din Sikandar Shah are similar to the Muazzamabad type coins of Hamza Shah and Ghiyath al-Din Azam Shah. So because of these findings, because of these observations, numismatists now place this coin after the coins of Hamza Shah or after the coin of Ala al-Din Firuz Shah. That can be in between this range. Okay. This coin was first published on JONS in 2020, JONS 220, I'm sorry, by Nomal Nasir and me. And I tried to give more detail about Shiraz al-Din Sikandar on another paper published in JONS 227. The next coin that I'm going to discuss today is from Nasir al-Din Muhammad Shah. So let us see some coins. We have discovered 3 specimens of this Sultan so far. The first specimen was brought into notice by Goron and Goenka on their famous book. And this coin, this is that particular coin, image taken from the book of Goron and Goenka. This coin is preserved in State Archaeological Museum of Calcutta. This is the grayscale drawing of the coin. And a bit information that Goran Goenka gave about this coin in their book. Unfortunately, Gigi could not read the name clearly, so they placed this coin under Nasir al-Din Mahmud Shah. Okay, please note that we are talking about Nasir al-Din Muhammad Shah, but this coin was placed under the coins under the name Nasir al-Din Mahmud Shah. But Goran and Goenka gave this note, but the name of the ruler of the coin may be Muhammad rather than Mahmud. So they had some clue, they gave us some clue that this coin may not be from Mahmud, instead that may be from some Muhammad. So if we need to know that if this is not Zalal al-Din Muhammad, there was another Muhammad, Zalal al-Din Muhammad. If it is not that, then we have to read the coin first. Let us see what is written on the obverse. On the obverse, the coin reads, Nasir al-Dunya wal-Din Abu Nasr Muhammad Shah. So it is not Zalal al-Din Muhammad, it is Nasir al-Din Muhammad Shah. And on the reverse, Nasir al-Islam wal-Muslimin Yamin Amir al-Mu'minin. Later on, Noman Nasir and Goenka, they they found another specimen, and they published this specimen on JONS, and they found that the legend on the obverse and the reverse is same as it has been read by Goran Goenka in their book already. But so it is important because this coin is important. This finding is important because that particular coin was different in type, different in design, but same in legend though. And on this coin, we can almost certainly read Muhammad here. So, and other legends are very much clear. So the same legend, Nasir al-Dunya wal-Din Abu Nasr Muhammad Shah on this coin. Later on, lately we found the third specimen. And this is the third specimen, though in a very pathetic condition, but for history, this specimen is also important for preservation. And on this specimen, though it is similar to the previous one, but I tried to do something else. I tried to know whether the die is same or not. To study that thing, what I did is my co-author was actually we worked with Stan Goran, me and Musharraf worked with Stan Goran on this particular issue. We compared the two obverse of the two coins. That means the coin number 2 and coin number 3, as they're same in type. We compared the two obverse. We converted them into grayscale, and we put the two grayscale, we overlaid them, and we found ultimately that they are not same. As they are not overlaid perfectly, so they are not same. So it is important because as this is an unknown sultan, and if we want to prove that he was a sultan, or then if we can prove that, if we can tell the audiences that there were coins in many types and from many dies, those coins have been published or issued, then we can at least say that Nasir al-Din Muhammad, he issued more than one coins, at least 3 here from more than 2 dies. And this is all about Nasir al-Din Muhammad that we can tell to audiences, because there is no other historical evidences that we find so far to tell about Nasir al-Din Muhammad. A bit more about this particular part of this legend, Abu Nasr Muhammad, Nasir al-Dunya wal-Din Abu Nasr Muhammad Shah. This kind of legend has been found only with the coin of Muzaffar Shah, Shams al-Din Muzaffar, who was a Habshi ruler, and he reigned in 896. But the type of Muzaffar Shah's coin does not match with this type, but this type clearly matches with the coin of Hamza Shah of Muazzamabad Mint. So we had to keep this coin after Hamza Shah or after Ala al-Din Firuz Shah in the year 817 Hijri. Yeah. And this particular third specimen that I showed, we published this specimen on JONS 230. That's all from me today. Thank you very much. If you have any query, I'm with you.
You seem to be specialized in puzzles that are enveloped in enigmas that are continuously a riddle. But you do very well in solving those riddles. This was an amazing analysis of two coins that otherwise would have baffled us on several levels. I'm a little bit at a loss what to ask you for these coins, because there's so little I know about them. So I will just ask you about the cancellation marks that we've seen on the coins that you had dubbed numbers 2 and 3. Would it be that these coins survived because they were cancelled? In other words, these usurpers must not, in other words, the usurpers must not have been very popular politically. And would it have been possible that the coins did not survive because being unpopular politically, they were withdrawn, and there were possibly even severe punishments for having them?
Very difficult question. But yes, I am with the first anticipation, first conjecture that you have gave, that the cancellation marks are for keeping the coins in circulation. Actually, we are with this. I'm personally with this particular thought, because if the coin had been withdrawn, these coins would not have been found with other coins in circulation in the same hoard. So as these coins had been found with other coins in the circulation, hoarded by some person somewhere, so it indicates that these coins were in circulation, had not been withdrawn. But probably these cancellation marks had been given to keep these in circulations, because silver means money at that time, probably.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, there's fun, positive feedback, and don't hold back if you want to show your appreciation. But otherwise, since I'm a big blabbermouth, I will give the floor to myself for my presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.